Okay, you might be wondering, does Bitcoin has flaws? I want to say everything has flaws. The internet bettered some of the most successful and they are still currently most successful businesses: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Amazon, and the rest of them. The coming of the computer age bettered a lot of companies: Dell, Microsoft, Apple, and the rest of them, and the smartphones and other devices. And everything in itself has flaws. Even the saintless of men has flaws. Even the most, the goodest, if there's anything, the best of men, character wise, educationally, they have flaws. They have limitations, and this is what people have to understand. And that is why I am in my school. I'm very glad that when you meet the teacher and you ask the teacher a question, he says, "Sir, I don't understand this." Here is a professor tells you, "I don't know, I don't understand. I will go home and I will make research." It is to accept the limitations, and that is what makes life sweet. It is not to say, "Oh well, I don't have any limitations." You've seen the legend that has to do with Achilles heel, where he was actually dipped into the water and he was baited. And when he was baited, he was the knees were not actually the heels were not actually touched with water, and that was where it became history. And there was some legend that said it was the father provoked the mother, and the mother was so in the course of bathing Achilles, and the mother was so provoked that she just took him off the water, and all the part was in the water, but except the his. Well, let's go back to our point. Everything in itself has its own flaws. The government has their own flaws. Husbands have their own flaws. Wife has their own flaws. The internet have their own flaws. So currently, you want to look at some of the flaws that exist with the blockchain. One of the flaws that exists in blockchain is the terminology. It's a new system, so we have to learn all the terminologies themselves. We have to learn what is hash rate. We have to learn what is cryptography. We have to learn what is proof of stake. We have to learn everything, and it's just a new system on its own. So it's one of the things. Just like we have web programming and the rest of them, how to learn web design and the rest of them. I think in the few years from now, blockchain technology or blockchain programming will soon be a hot course. A lot of people will be studying it. Then we'll talk about the network size. Now, what this means is that the blockchain are not so resistant to bad actors as they are anti-fragile. So they respond to attacks and they grow stronger. They're not so they're not so resistant because it's in the hands of every person. So this is a very if it is a very a very fatal flaw. When you talk about blockchain for the permissioned projects, then we'll have the cost. And the cost is though they say Bitcoin is almost near zero. That was for the charging rate. But if I want to buy from an exchange, or I want to exchange from one currency to another, or I want to send money, Bitcoin to someone else, they charge me some money. It might be very low, like 10 cents, $1, depending on the amount, but it's cost. And not only that, we said that we are talking about when we're talking about mining, we talk about the complexity that has to do with mining. So this complexity, and a lot of people actually are adopting the platform. It now makes it slow. So that is why you see the segregated weakness one for Bitcoin, which is the hard fork, first hard fork, and then they're not talking about the segregated weakness which is some of people, some people in the community are actually against. Now, remember we said there is no person that can actually make changes to the system except there's a consensus. So everybody have to agree on the system. So that's one of the things. Then another thing again is the human error. We already know that once you enter the records into the system, as we've talked about Bitcoin earlier, we said there are no chargebacks. So if you send, just like you send a text message to someone else, and maybe you are sending a message to your husband, and you said, "I love you so much," and unfortunately, it got to someone. No, let's say you are sending a message to someone else, and you happen to send it to the wrong person. That is how the blockchain is. If you send the human errors from your part, it could prove very disastrous. If you send money to the wrong account, it's good. As good. Not even the president of America will actually. Those are some of the flaws. And then there's what called the 51% attack. This is where, like say, more than half of the computer nodes are working as nodes. Maybe if the nodes tell a lie, the lie will become truth. And even Satoshi Nakamoto, he actually talked about this, and that is why these miners, I told you the miners are the ones who confirm the transactions. They keep an eye on this system, that nobody plays a fast one on them. And then we'll have the politics that has to do in the system, like the issue of consensus, of which I talked about. So those are some of the limitations from now. And there are not limitations that has to do with it is like your Bitcoin, for example. There are other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Litecoin. We know who are behind these coins, but for Bitcoin, we don't know who is behind Bitcoin. So it now becomes hard when you want to take a decision, because this person has already written. I think he has thought so much far. He saw everything, like he just put some of the rules, and you can't you don't know if it's a body, we don't know if it's a person. So you can actually come and discuss when you want to discuss issues. So the issues of forking and scaling up, it did not become very complex issues. So those are some of the limitations they have. Needless, the advantages supersedes the disadvantages. So please have a very good one. Feel free to comment, and in any way you know I'm not really putting my best, or I'm not actually giving the full information, be very honest with me and drop your comment, and I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, bye.